Hey, what's up, guys? It's Blake here at Boost Portfolio. In this episode, we are going to discuss what can you expect from Bitcoin in the short, medium, and long term. And also, for those of you that follow in Telegram, I'm going to recap why I moved my money out of Ethereum and into Bitcoin, and also our Tron trade. So let's get right into it. Before we get too into it, not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research. Invest at your own risk. So we have Bitcoin pulled up here in a daily time frame. And we like to keep a close eye on Bitcoin because it really dominates the entire crypto space. So if Bitcoin's doing well, most of the altcoins are going to be doing well as well. So to keep things simple, I'm trying to keep this chart as clean as possible and show you what I see going on. So let's go ahead and start with the daily time frame. So this is a daily time frame. You can see that we are still holding this support trend line dating back to February 6th lows. We're still holding this trend line almost perfectly to the penny, and we are starting to see a little bit of a trend change in price action. So I have the Heikin Ashi candles pulled up here. They help me identify trends and reversals, so that's why we're looking at the Heikin Ashi. It also keeps it very clean on the chart. So this Heikin Ashi is telling me that we're starting to see less selling pressure and buyers are starting to show up. Now, if you notice, we have almost zero volume. So there's really not a whole lot of oomph. There's not a whole lot of strength to this move. Now, one of the levels that I'm watching is a break above this downtrend line. I like to keep things as simple as possible. I still think that a break above a downtrend line is still one of the most reliable trade setups you can bet on. So if we start to break above this downtrend line and we start to see some volume kick in, that would be a very positive sign for the market. But we are going to have some immediate resistance at the 20-day moving average. Now, the 20-day moving average is somewhat of a shorter time frame moving average. It's a very key important moving average that a lot of traders and investors like to keep an eye on. So right now, the 20-day simple moving average is right around $7,900. So keep a close eye on that $7,900. Now keep in mind, this is a moving average, so this average will change over the coming days. Right now, we're right around $7,900. So keep a close eye if we break above this downtrend line, watch for volume to come in, and look to see how we handle this 20-day moving average. In the short term, I think if we can break above this downtrend line, I do think we will see a pop. We could potentially even see a rally up to like this 85, 86 level, 100, of course, 85, 8600. So on the daily time frame, we are starting to lose some of the selling pressure, lose some of that downward pressure, and buyers are beginning to step in. Now on the 4-hour chart, a little bit quicker time frame, but if I zoom out, you guys can see just how close we are trading to this downtrend line. We are literally right at the point where we're either going to break above or we're going to get rejected down. Okay, so I don't know where you are right now, but in Hawaii it's 11:30 and it's on the 31st of May. Okay, so that's where we are right now. So keep a close eye and see if we can handle this downtrend line. If we break above it, obviously look for volume, okay? So this is an inflection point. We're either going to break above and have a nice pop, maybe up to this 8,200 level on the 4-hour time frame. That would be a nice target for me. But if we can't break above this downtrend line, I do think it's likely we maybe come back and test this lower support level here. Now, we talked about the 4-hour daily time frame. You guys know we're starting to see a little bit of a trend change. Need to break above that downtrend. And on the weekly time frame, one thing also I wanted to show you on the daily time frame is the MACD. Now, the MACD is it's a trend following indicator, which I'm a trend trader, so I like to keep a close eye on the MACD. You can do some more research on what the MACD is on your own, but essentially, if we have these two moving averages cross higher, that would be a very bullish signal to the market. So if we have the more confirmations we can have with our technical indicators, for example, a MACD cross up, a break above a downtrend line, volume coming in, those things start to put the odds in your favor. And as a trader, you really need to be thinking in terms of probability. So what is the best trade setup? The trades that put the odds in your favor and with the highest probabilities. Now, that's why I like to keep a close eye on the trend and really am a trend trader myself because it puts the odds in my favor. Now, we move to a weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, it doesn't look too great. You can see we do have 3 consecutive closing red candles on the weekly time frame, and the 20-week moving average is sloping downwards, okay? So obviously, it's not a very good sign. We're lacking in volume, and the MACD is still in a bearish MACD trend, okay? Starting to break below this zero line. If we get below the zero line, that's really where the bears start to really come into control, and the bulls have lost the momentum on the weekly time frame. So I wanted to touch base with how to trade these different time frames. Weekly time frame, we're not looking too great. I would really like to see us trade above the 50-week moving average. Those of you that follow in Telegram know that we are keeping a close eye on this 50-week moving average. And if we go ahead and take the Hikinashi off, we can see that the 50-week moving average is still trading above where we're at right now. So the 50-week moving average is right around 7,750. Now, again, that moving average is going to continue to change. It's a moving average. And right now we are trading at 7,559. So we are trading below that 50-week moving average. I would really like to see us trade above it, break above that downtrend line, have some volume come in to really propel us higher for an attempt at this 10K level. And above 10,000, you guys know that is a very key psychological level that I'm watching. Above 10,000, I do think that the sky is the limit, so to speak. So I hope this video was entertaining and able to help you out. I will go over why I moved my Ethereum into Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and we trade this on a daily time frame. Okay, so yesterday, I exited my Ethereum position and moved it into Bitcoin. And here's why. We entered early on this trend when we moved our Bitcoin that we previously had into Ethereum right around this range right here. So we had this nice long uptrend that we were very much enjoying the gains on. And I set a stop loss level below this, this hard line right here, which is right around the 0.075 BTC. Ethereum to BTC. So below that level, we had a heavy break. I didn't like the look of this candle. We broke below the 50-day moving average, and the MACD is still moving lower. Now, today, we are recovering a bit. We are back above that 50-day moving average, which is a positive sign, and we are back above the key level that I was watching for a stop loss. And the MACD is also starting to slow its rapid lower movement momentum. So if we can start to stabilize above this level, I can always get back into Ethereum. But at the moment, I really didn't like this break. So that's why I got out of that. And Ontology, those of you that also follow know that I picked up some Ontology, got out of Tron, picked up Ontology, and I really like this trade setup. So what we're looking at here on Ontology is a nice bull flag. So we have the pole here, and this is a flag pennant formation. And now we are breaking above that that downtrend line resistance of that bull flag. So breaking above it, and the MACD is starting to curl. So I really, really like this setup. I think that it has a lot of legs to it, especially if Bitcoin can start to rebound, which it looks like on Bitcoin on a daily time frame. It looks like we are starting to make that turn. So break above this downtrend line, MACD crosses, and I likely think that we come and test this 85 back to this 50-day moving average on Bitcoin. So that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think Bitcoin is going to do? Also, if you guys want to see anything different in Telegram, you want to see more coin reviews, you want to see more of maybe a trading class, just leave a comment below. I'm open to any suggestions. And really, this is for you guys. And I hope you guys have a great day. Have a good one.